So I wanted to quickly show you another way to add beads instead of pre-stringing them. I mentioned when I was on Marley's podcast that for this one, I added them afterwards because I just got excited to start working with it. So yes, you can add all the beads afterwards. But what I wanted to show you is when you add them on the free loop is how I'm going to add them. There's one other way to add beads, which is with a beading hook, which you could totally do as well. But I wanted to show you what happens when you add them on the free loop of the Solomon's knot, because I find it doesn't excite me when I do it with yarn, like if you're making a shawl, but it does excite me when you're making a cuff. Like I find this very cool. And I want to show you how to do it. So I'll post, obviously, the finished product. But here it is. I'm on my 4th row. And what happens is you have to keep taking your hook out. So you take your hook out. And this is what I was mentioning, a piece of wire. This is literally just a scrap piece of wire. And all that I'm doing is putting it in my free loop, and then I'm just going to pick up. I'm doing 3 beads for the Solomon's knot. When I was doing the double crochet, I just picked up 1. So you pick up 3, you just pop them onto your free loop, take this back out, and then you're going to go ahead, put your hook back in, and you're going to complete your Solomon's knot. So what I like about this is that when you do it on the free loop for your Solomon's knot, that you don't have to do so much pinching because the beads are there. It's not going to all of a sudden get smaller on you. So even though it's kind of a pain to take your hook out and put it back in, again, I'm going around that back strand, which is now very easy to go around to finish off my Solomon's knot. I find this helpful as well, as kind of neat looking. In the pattern now you do a double crochet. So I'm going to do a double crochet. And let me show you how to do that all one more time, what I'm doing. And again, you could have done it here on whenever you're getting ready for your next stitch. You always have a free loop. That's what the loop on the hook is. So you take your hook out. I'm using wire to thread them on. If you're using really big beads, I guess you could pinch your free loop and put them on. So this is just a piece of wire folded in half. You can see it's real fancy, right? It's just a piece of wire folded in half. So I can hook it onto my free loop. And then I'm picking up 3 beads, 1, 2, and what I do to pick them up, I should have mentioned, is I pinch the 2 ends together so you can go through them as one. It's really not fancy. If you have another way you want to put them on, that's totally fine too. You get them on, and then they easily just pop right on to your free loop. I replace the hook, and again, doing the Solomon's knot is you pull up a long loop, which is already along because your beads are on your hook. You yarn over, you pull through gently, because now we're going to do a single crochet. So I go back in around that back strand, pull up a loop. So you have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through those 2. And I just lock those beads on the top. And then I'm just doing a double crochet to lock it in. So give it a try. I find it a lot of fun, and I can't wait. I can't wait till this is done. I think this looks awesome already. Thanks.